Okay, let's talk about Mark Wahlberg. It's kind of wild to think about the journey this guy has had, right? From Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, strutting around in his Calvins, to becoming one of Hollywood's highest paid actors and a serious producer. His paychecks tell a story not just of dollar signs, but of career shifts, smart moves, risks, hits, and yeah, a few misses along the way. The early days, when Mark Wahlberg first dipped his toes into acting, nobody was throwing millions at him. He was Marky Mark, the rapper and underwear model trying to shed that image. His debut in 1994's Renaissance Man, starring Danny DeVito, was a small role. Think scale pay, maybe a little more, but certainly not star money. We're talking probably low five figures, if that. He needed to prove he could actually act, not just flex. Then came The Basketball Diaries, 1995, alongside a young Leonardo DiCaprio. This was a more substantial role in a critically noted indie film. While Leo was the main draw, Wahlberg got noticed for holding his own. His paycheck creeped towards the mid-five figures, but still peanuts compared to later years. He followed this with Fear, 1996, a thriller co-starring Reese Witherspoon. This was his first real leading mannish role, playing the charming psycho boyfriend. It was a modest box office success and further showed his potential. Breaking out, the absolute game changer was Boogie Nights, 1997. Paul Thomas Anderson's epic about the 70s porn industry was a critical smash, and Wahlberg, as Dirk Diggler, earned widespread acclaim. This role cemented him as a serious actor. While Boogie Nights wasn't a massive blockbuster, its prestige was immense. His salary jumped significantly, touching the $1 million mark for the first time. This film gave him leverage. He followed this with films like The Big Hit, 1998, an action comedy that didn't quite land, and The Corruptor, 1999, with Chow Yun-fat. These were attempts to find his niche. Both films paid him around $1 million each, but the flop stung. Hollywood started doubting his bankability, but Wahlberg bounced back. Three Kings, 1999, alongside George Clooney, was a critical and commercial success. Being part of a high-profile ensemble directed by David O. Russell further boosted his standing. His salary was climbing, pushing towards $2 million. He was now comfortably playing in bigger sandboxes. Then came The Perfect Storm, 2000, again with Clooney. This was a massive disaster epic and a huge box office hit, even as part of an ensemble. Being in a film that grossed over $328 million worldwide significantly increased his bankability. His first real mega-budget starring role was Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, 2001. This was a gamble. While the film made a lot of money, $362 million worldwide, it was critically panned and Burton himself wasn't happy with it. Wahlberg reportedly earned around $8 to $10 million for this. It showed he could command a hefty paycheck for leading a potential franchise starter. Even if this particular franchise didn't take off as hoped. It wasn't a career killer, but it wasn't the smooth ride The Perfect Storm was. Solidifying A-list status. Post-Apes, Wahlberg pivoted to darker material. The Italian Job, 2003, was a major win. This slick heist remake was a crowd pleaser and a solid box office success. Wahlberg led a cool ensemble cast including Charlize Theron, Jason Statham, Edward Norton, and proved he could anchor a fun, successful action thriller. His salary was now pushing towards the $3 million mark, cementing his leading man status for this kind of film. Then came another pivotal moment, The Departed, 2006, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring alongside Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, and Jack Nicholson. This film was a critical and commercial juggernaut, winning the Oscar for Best Picture. Wahlberg, as the foul-mouthed Staff Sergeant Dignam, stole scenes and earned his first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. While ensemble films often mean slightly adjusted salaries, the prestige and his standout performance were invaluable. His asking price undoubtedly solidified and likely increased after this. He made around $5 million, but the Oscar nomination was worth more than gold for his career trajectory. This period also saw him flexing his muscles as a producer, most notably with the HBO series Entourage, which premiered in 2004, and later Boardwalk Empire. He starred in Invincible, 2006, a feel-good Disney sports drama that did decently. Then came Shooter, 2007, a solid action thriller that performed well and seemed tailor-made for his persona. He was now reliably bankable in this genre, commanding paychecks in the $10 to $12 million range. We Own the Night, 2007, reunited him with Joaquin Phoenix in a crime drama that received mixed reviews. The Happening, 2008, was widely mocked, despite making money initially. This was a stumble, but his fee was likely secured up front, still in that 10 million plus zone. Max Payne, 2008, based on the video game, also got poor reviews, but did okay commercially. These showed that even Wahlberg couldn't save a weak script, but his name could still open a film to a certain level. He bounced back with The Lovely Bones, 2009, Peter Jackson's adaptation of the best-selling novel, a different kind of role, playing the grieving father. Then came Date Night, 2010, a memorable cameo, and The Other Guys, 2010, a hit action comedy co-starring Will Ferrell. This showed his comedic chops and was a big success. His salary was $12 to $15 million, plus potential back-end points for a hit comedy. Peak blockbuster earnings. This decade saw Wahlberg reach the zenith of his earning power, frequently landing on Forbes' list of highest-paid actors. He starred in Contraband, 2012, a solid action hit, and then Ted, 2012. Seth MacFarlane's R-rated comedy about a man and his foul-mouthed teddy bear was a massive global phenomenon, grossing over $549 million. Wahlberg's salary was $15 million plus, but with back-end points on a hit this huge, his total take would have been enormous. He followed Ted's success with films like Broken City, 2013, and Pain and Gain, 2013, Michael Bay's darkly comedic crime film based on a true story, co-starring Dwayne Johnson. Then came Two Guns, 2013, with Denzel Washington, another successful action comedy. His quote was firmly in the $15 to $20 million range per picture for these kinds of studio vehicles. Lone Survivor, 2013, directed by Peter Berg, was another passion project, a gritty war film based on a true story. Like The Fighter, Wahlberg reportedly took less upfront pay to help get it made, focusing on honoring the story. The film was a critical and commercial success, likely paying off well on the back end. This collaboration with Berg became a recurring theme. Then came the Transformers franchise. Wahlberg stepped in as the new lead for Transformers. Age of Extinction, 2014. These Michael Bay blockbusters operate on a different financial level. His salary for this was reported to be around $17 million, but these deals often include significant back-end participation. The film grossed over $1.1 billion worldwide. Even with mixed reviews, the paycheck and potential profits were massive. He returned for Transformers: The Last Night, 2017. Despite declining box office $605 million worldwide, still huge but less than Age of Extinction and terrible reviews, Wahlberg's payday was astronomical, largely due to his Transformers money and fees for Daddy's Home 2, 2017. His salary for The Last Night was likely well north of $20 million, potentially reaching staggering heights with back-end clauses negotiated earlier. One report around this time mentioned a $68 million earning year for Wahlberg across his films. However, there was a significant controversy with All the Money in the World, 2017. After Kevin Spacey was removed due to scandal, Christopher Plummer was brought in for reshoots. It later emerged that Wahlberg was paid $1.5 million for these reshoots, while co-star Michelle Williams received only about $1,000. This sparked outrage over the gender pay gap. Wahlberg ultimately donated his reshoot fee to the Time's Up Legal Defense Fund in Williams' name. Streaming deals in recent years. The late 2000s and 10s and early 2000s and 20s saw Wahlberg continue to work steadily, mixing action films, comedies, and venturing more into the streaming world. Mile 22, 2018, another Peter Berg collaboration, was intended to start a franchise but underperformed. Instant Family, 2018, a heartfelt comedy drama, was well received. Then came the Netflix era. Spencer Confidential, 2020, marked a big move to streaming. Netflix often pays large sums upfront to secure talent, compensating for the lack of traditional back-end box office bonuses. Wahlberg's paycheck for Spencer was $20 million, reflecting his value to the streamer in attracting subscribers. Uncharted, 2022, based on the video game series, saw him in a major supporting role alongside Tom Holland. While not the lead, his presence added star power, and he earned well over $30 million range for a supporting turn in a potential franchise. The film was a box office success. He returned to Netflix for the comedy Me Time, 2022, with Kevin Hart. Most recently, films like The Family Plan, 2023, for Apple TV Plus continue this trend of big streaming paydays, where platforms pay a premium for established stars to draw viewers. These deals often involve massive upfront payments, exceeding $30 million in some cases for A-listers like Wahlberg, replacing the traditional box office back-end model. Mark Wahlberg's paycheck journey mirrors his evolution, from low-paid beginnings focused on earning credibility, to mid-range fees as a rising star, to solid $10 million plus paydays as a bankable leading man. In recent years, while still commanding huge fees, especially from streamers paying top dollar upfront, he's also shown willingness to forgo salary for passion projects like Father Stew. Which of his movie did you like the most? Let us know in the comments section below, and make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching.